Peace and love. Today I want to explain a little bit more as to why we not treat high blood pressure like an actual sickness or disease. And people ask me, how come they're not a sickness though, but how come the doctors call it a sickness? Well, you see, when it comes to natural healing, right, it involves a science we're not really recognized by mainstream science. So for example, right, make a look on the heart. Mainstream science said that the heart don't want pump, right? But if you look into it, you'll find evidence where said the contrary. So they had a Spanish cardiologist researcher by the name of Francisco Torrent Guasp. And he discovered that the heart does not pump. So he dissected thousands of hearts. And it led him to discover that the heart actually that one single continuous band of muscle, right? Just like one solid band of muscle. And this band of muscle falls into itself. And this actually create one blood flow where spiral into a vortex. So that blood flow movement of spiral actually create and generate one electromagnetic field. Isn't that interesting? This vortex flow act like one generator of electromagnetic field, and it not really they create pressure like how one pump create pressure. So the mainstream science said that the heart now pump, but they can't explain how the smally pump could pump thick fluid through around 50 to 60,000 miles of tubing and bloodline. How you could do that? How the smally pump could pump all that fluid through 60,000 miles of bloodline. That one documented fact that the blood actually start to move before the heart even develop and forms in the embryo. Meaning that we could see the movement of blood before we even see one heart form. So what seems to be happening is that the heart they respond to some frequency. It respond to some type of resonance and electric charge. And this is why they could identify one biofield where they emanate from the body, one electromagnetic biofield. And they could measure this biofield and irradiate up to 6 meters around us, which are around 20 feet. That's how far our field could emanate. This field could actually sync with other fields. So for example, other living things, including the sun and the earth. So our field actually acts like resonators or generators or tuners. It could respond to emotions, it could respond to light, it could respond to breathing of somebody else, just the breath. So in other words, the emotion we feel if we got like love, pain, sorrow, despair, anguish, it is transmitted from the heart, and another biofield can receive that transmission and then resend and answer that transmission with love as well, or with care, with some type of emotion like empathy. So we emit our emotions, our feelings through this biofield, which is the heart. So as you can see, the heart far more advanced and far more magical than a silly little pump. Like if that one just a mechanical pump. So the institution of heart science, right, they don't document this field. And they actually document too that the heart has more neuronal cells than parts of the brain. And they even recognize that the heart like one second brain, which is fascinating, right? And it is because of this type of science, this type of secret science, that we not treat high blood pressure as if that was sickness, because It's based on very primitive caveman science, which completely ignore the sacred divine true science of the heart, which obviously is created by a divine intelligence. So hopefully this helps. Peace and love.